As of today, 9/29/17, I am 68 years old. Today's my birthday. I've been incarcerated. Um, as I said earlier, I'm 68 years old, and I basically can say I've been incarcerated maybe 20 of those years. Not 20 straight, but throughout my adult life, about 20 years.
My name is Louis. I'm a peer specialist, outreach mentor, and currently I'm going to school to be a certified recovery specialist. My personal story was I was involved with drugs out here. It was my mainstay, selling and using, and eventually, like all hustlers, you will get caught, and I finally got caught.
So I went to prison in 2000. I did 11 after 23, and when I came out, I was clean and sober for over a year, and that was my last time in prison.
Andre Sanders. I'm currently 2.5 years clean. Um, I went to college, and from college, I went to jail because of my addiction. Um, Life is good right now. I'm working, living life again, starting over fresh. Being in recovery is it's like you see people and you can tell that they're using it, just remind you of, the pain and the denial that you went through, and you think you're hurting certain people because you keep using. In all reality, you're just helping yourself.
Yeah, I was using drugs like for 35 years. So in them 35 years, like 3 or 4 years, I was in the tracks. You know what I mean? Using, so living, the homeless, the process.
I started a group called Angels in Motion because my son was out on the streets, homeless and addicted. And going out to find him, I found a lot of lost, hopeless souls, and I just felt like I had to do something to help them. And then as it progressed and the more I learned about addiction, the more I could see if I ignored him in his existence like he wanted me to do, I could see him spiral deeper and deeper. The more I engaged with him and told him I loved him and started talking to him about harm reduction and, don't use other people's needles, you could get Hep C, get HIV, like these are important things. Please.
My substance use started around the age of 11 with my father and ended at the age of 27 when I found myself incarcerated. I've been in the field for over 20 years. I've worked not only in drug and alcohol, but HIV-related services. And currently, I do a lot of the overdose reversal trainings in the city and surrounding counties. I am a person in recovery. I've been, as of February the 1st of this year, of 2017, I had 25 years drug-free. And it's a huge passion of mine to be able to give back to the community as much as I can. So, in the sense of overdosing and the risk factors, anybody who, whether they're coming out of prison, whether they're coming out of treatment, detox, or anybody whose drug use has been interrupted for 48 hours or more, is a high-risk candidate for overdose. Everybody and anybody who is coming out of the any type of penal system should come out prepared with the knowledge on how to administer Narcan, how to reverse somebody who has overdosed, and also know how to get it. Because if they happen to use that dose, what do I do after that?
Right. In the beginning, I had my little ups and downs, my little falls and everything, but gradually everything fell into place. Or it's falling into place. I been with my brother on a daily basis. He OD'd numerous times, so I had to learn, how to bring him back. I wish we had Narcan back then, because a lot of people would still be alive. But I've learned what to do now. And I say, thank God we have Narcan, you know.
And when I walked in a few months ago, so somebody was screaming, somebody OD. So I think once in a while I carry Narcan, you know, because I got that Narcan training. And I went through the procedure, you know, a simple one. Look at the guy, his breathing and all that. So of course a lot of people say he OD. So I had the Narcan, I just spread them, you know, turn around, make sure no sharp objects around, make sure nothing in his mouth. You know, that little procedure. And that took him, you know, a couple minutes. He came back up, you know what I mean? Thank God for that. So, yeah. Yeah, it felt great, but that was like my first time. I said, wow, you know, I did it, okay. You know, I feel good, you know what I mean, to somebody, you know, can come out of the OD, you know what I mean, from dying. Yeah. Now it's like almost everybody should have it, you know what I mean? Like it's more easy for people to get it, you know what I mean? Especially, you know, I would say family member, you know, they already know your cousin, even your mom, your grandpa. You say, hey, I know my grandkid using, so let me get training for this and have this Narcan.
One thing for a parent I think is really scary is when you admit that your child is in active addiction and they're doing heroin and hard drugs, you have to admit that any day your child could die. It takes a lot out of you because you just know that they have a chance at life. If you have Narcan, you can give it to them, but what if you don't? What if we didn't have it there? By the time the ambulance came, it would have been too late.
Unfortunately, I overdosed 3 times in that time I was out there, and the actual overdose I don't remember, but it had to be bad. They worked on me for 45 minutes, gave me 6 shots of Narcan. I've actually saved 7 people's lives. It's a funny experience seeing somebody just collapse and like your adrenaline goes up, you're nervous because this person might die, and you know you're like the person there that's trying to save their life. I was scared when it happened, and thank God it did work and they got through to it. To be honest with you, I'll give you the best suggestion. Do not pick up. You got clean time under your belt. It might be a cliche, go to a meeting, you know, but it's the honest God's truth. The only way you'll truly be safe getting out of jail and trying to go back to using drugs is not to use drugs. Because if you get out and you pick up where you left off, you're playing Russian roulette with your life.
And it was a little bit different from the last time, from the other times, in that I just did some different things that time. Like instead of getting involved in like the negativity and the things that I had previously gotten involved in, like how to get drugs, how to get other people's medication and things like that. I tried to get involved with the positive things. Like I did Bible studies, I went to church, I got into options, I got into all the things that I could do. I got a job, I got into the jail laundry and stuff like that. I just did anything that I could do that was positive. I tried to focus myself towards, and I just made up my mind that when I got out, I was going to do something different. So I made sure that I had a home plan. And I found that that was like the key to it, like to not just get out and like hit the streets and be like, not have any place to go. So I set it up so that I had a recovery house to go to when I got out. And through the grace of God, I got 12 years clean and sober.
Cool.
One of the things that people need to be mindful of is another, cautionary measure is not using alone. If somebody comes out and happens to relapse or get surges, it's important that if you're trying to really succeed, that you reach out to somebody. And even if you do relapse, that you tell somebody, or do not use alone. Make sure you stay around people. One of the other reasons that people die, unfortunately, is that they overdose and no one is there to help them. If you are carrying naloxone or Narcan and there happens to be an overdose, then you have to make sure you let people know that you have it on you. So if anything, God forbid something were to happen, at least people will be there to revive you. But again, your best bet is Get your tools in order. Make sure you get a strong foundation. Know your weaknesses. Have a team, a group of people, a plan of people that you know you can reach out to when you get out. And always carry Narcan. Hi, I wanted to talk to you today about Narcan, naloxone, and overdose reversal training. So what are the risks? Anyone whose drug use has been interrupted by 24 hours or more, anyone coming out of the prison systems, detox, hospitals, anyone who has a period of sobriety and then relapses are all at risk for overdose. Fatal overdoses occur when people are using alone, when Narcan and naloxone is not available. What to look for? How do you know when somebody's overdosing? If you come across somebody who is purple, blue, extremely pale with a gurgling noise, the darker the skin of the individual, they're either going to go gray or ashy on you. Those individuals are in distress, they're not getting any oxygen, they need oxygen immediately. It is important that you immediately call 911. Keep in mind that calling 911 is safe. There is a Good Samaritan law now as part of the standing order that protects the person overdosing and the person calling from arrest. The idea is to make sure that the person who's overdosing survives. So call 911, administer the Narcan. Always remember, thumb at the bottom, fingers up top, bunny ear, quote unquote. Thumb goes in the bottom, fingers go around the nozzle. You're going to put it into the nostril and you are going to press. It instantly releases the medication. It's only going to do one nostril and it's a done deal. It takes 5 to 8 minutes to kick in. You're going to get a package. The package looks like this. When you go to open it, you turn it around, you peel the foil that's on the back off. You pull the product out. It's going to look like this. You're going to pinch the nose. You want to then do again, you're going to tilt the head back to make sure that the airway is clear. The first thing you want to do is do 2 strong breaths every 5 seconds. You're going to tilt back. You're going to check in their mouth. 1 Mississippi, nothing is obstructing their breathing. Count it out. If it is, you have to turn 2 more breaths. Sweep it. You will continue to do that until the person either starts to breathe, wakes up, if there's nothing or the ambulance gets to you. You got a face shield that looks like this. This actually is self-explanatory. The nose, just like it is going to go over top of the nose. You administered Narcan, that their system will be blocked for 30 to 90 minutes. But it's only temporarily blocked. Narcan does not flush your system. Continue to do the rescue breaths. You will know once you explain that to them, let them know that when the Narcan wears off, there is a good possibility that whatever's left in their system, the effects are going to come back. You want to turn them on. If it's a large amount, they could go back into an overdose. It is important because somebody who overdoses and is administered Narcan, they should go with the ambulance. If they choose not to go with the ambulance, they need to stay among a populated area, among somebody that they know, and let them know that they had overdosed. In case they fall out again, then somebody will be there to respond. critical information that I think it's necessary for people to have is the understanding of what Narcan and naloxone is, what it does and doesn't do. Be mindful that Narcan or naloxone, Narcan being the name brand, naloxone being the generic, is not it does not flush the system out. It only temporarily blocks receptors